Dak Prescott went from a steal, this unbelievable find. We got our franchise quarterback. You got a guy not making a lot of money. We can, spread the money around. We got a chance to go back to the Super Bowl. Now, all of a sudden, we're wondering if he's a franchise quarterback. It's
an amazing conversation. What's interesting is he's a fourth-round pick, which means he can negotiate his contract after this season. Goff and Wentz can't. They have to wait for another year before they can get that availability to do that, which means Jerry's kind of got to decide right now on Dak, and that's Dak kind of controlling his own destiny. And 1 week into it, if I'm Jerry Jones, am I throwing $25 million at what I saw last week? Or are we like, let's go to the drawing board again, let's get another guy? It's really interesting because not only was he the NFL Offensive Player of the Year his rookie year, he was the face of the Dallas Cowboys. And you look at generational guys, Aikman, Romo, he was that guy. This week is a huge game. At home, national TV, NBC, the whole thing. If the Cowboys offense falls on its face again, people are going to stop being so nice to Dak Prescott.
Do you think he's a franchise quarterback?
I don't know yet. He had the most wins out of any NFC quarterback over the last 2 years, and yet I'm still not sure whether he's that guy.
Well, this is a different era. If this was when Bart Starr was, quarterbacking the Packers or Bob Greasy was quarterbacking the Miami Dolphins, you could manage a game. Now we want to know what kind of stats you have. And Dak Prescott, we're waiting for those stats, and we haven't seen it in the last 9 games where he hasn't thrown for 200 yards.
No, it's wild. And, you look at it, Paxton Lynch was drafted before him. Connor Cook was drafted before him. And everyone said, oh, what idiots. But the evaluation out of college, no one had Dak Prescott as a first or second round pick. So now there's this revisionist history of, well, wait a second. Is he that great, or was that just the ideal situation with the offensive line, the running back, and, of course, Dez and Witten on the field? None of those wide receivers stepped up either last week. It was Linehan had a bad game. We've seen quarterbacks come out and have great first years in the NFL and then kind of taper off. I've heard RG3's name being mentioned. There are some others. I think Dak is the ultimate teammate. He's the ultimate face of a franchise. But for Cowboys fans in that market, I think a 5-11 season is unacceptable right now.
If I said which quarterback won't be with his respective team in 2 years, and I gave you Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Derek Carr, Dak Prescott.
It's tough because all of those teams have general managers who drafted those guys, so they're kind of invested in them. They want them to work out. You don't want to get another one. The one that's so interesting to me is Prescott because of what we're going through here in Dallas with this big changing of the guard. And if Jason Garrett's back next year, I think Dak will be back. But again, if this season hits the skids and they're 3-13 or they're 4-12, I don't think anyone's safe.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.